Hello, welcome back to episode 88 of our Geneforge 2 Infestation playthrough. We are in Benerii-Uss. We are part of the Takers, and there's a gamma greeter here. Let's see if he has anything to say to us. There's a battle gamma standing near the entrance to the research labs. He's huge, muscular, and dumb, like all of his kind, yet strangely it has been left here to greet you. You, Shaper, I greet you. I say where to go. Alright, where should I go? With some difficulty, the Gamma says a speech it carefully memorized. West is labs. Rhakkus there. Workshop north. That's north. Holding caves far north. It thinks more. Yes, that what I have to say. What is Rhakkus doing there? West is labs. Rhakkus there. Workshop north. Vats north. Holding caves far. Tell me about the workshop in the vats. It is West is labs. What do you? All right. What are you working on here? You Shaper, I greet you. Yep. It is, it thinks, it has no idea. Finally it settles on you Shaper, I greet you. I say where to go. Absolutely hilarious interaction. Alright, we'll leave this lock alone for now. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, so west. Get a lot of glax. We get our Erglac. We got boots. We got vat boots. Grounded boots. Robe. Shaper records. No, we never did go turn that book in. It's a mandrake root. We could probably toss that in the old junk bag for now. Spray crystals. Get servile workers. Hello, come here. I'm trying to talk to you. There are several serviles at work in these workshops. All of them are old takers. Their long years have given them many skills and a strong dislike of shapers. Looks at you and frowns. Yes, Shaper, what do you want? Use some supplies. We have none to spare. You should go to Zassus. I'm sure Siros will force someone to help you there. You should help me. I am allied with the takers. Then go to Zassus. They believe that there. They help you. Now leave me. I'm busy. Oh, they don't like us. Alright. But we can take all of their stuff without them getting upset about it, so we will. So rude. There are several vats in this room, each containing a small amount of molten metal. Energy pours from the floor conduits into the vats, heating and purifying the metal. The takers are making pure steel here. It is iron strengthened with charcoal and purified with heat and essence until it is extremely strong and slightly magically charged. Pure steel is a necessary component for the shaping canisters. It can also be used for weapons, armor, and non-explosive experimental equipment. What about the explosives experimental equipment? Here we get pure steel bar, pure steel boots. What are you working on? We do the writing, work on crystals, do delicate things. He holds up his hands. Our hands better for crafts. It is honest work. Sure that Shaper won't understand. Who's in charge here? Shaping all is where Rhakkus is. It's time to help you. We're busy. Goodbye. Alright, examine the anvil. Infernal residue, mandrake. This mixed with the essence. Augment my gear. Alright, we're missing the. We don't have the infernal residue in our inventory, I think. We have the mandrake, though. These doors are all locked. What we got here? This journal describes the way the takers have been using shaping to create new equipment. You find that they're really bad at it. They can barely make pure steel. For example, they try to make tools and weapons out of bone. Of course, this only results in brittle items that don't work. Interestingly, they were able to make some almost effective, if smelly, axes out of fish bone. In case they became useful, they're being stowed away in the heating vents. Why? You inspect the scrolls packing these shelves. You open one of them, expecting to find research notes or shaping instructions. Instead, you find long, incomprehensible chains of symbols. All of the scrolls are filled with line after line of these symbols. It is writing in an alphabet of 4 letters, without spaces, paragraph breaks, or anything else to break it up or add sense. The scrolls have been written by serviles. The large claws of the Drakon don't allow writing with such delicacy. Occasionally, the margin of a scroll will have a note like, "Remove this segment, might allow thicker skin." You soon realize that while the symbols for the 4 different letters in the writing are different, these scrolls are extremely similar to the ones assembled in the Radiant College. The Takers and Barzites are doing the same sort of research. I don't think we ever got to see the ones in the Radiant College. Alright. Unlike the other, or maybe we did actually. Unlike the other writings in this library, this book actually makes sense. The pages are large and the writing is crude. It was written by a Drakon. It is about serviles. One part is exceptionally interesting. Though we did not make the disease which afflicts awakened serviles, it is useful. We'll watch for infection here. With our work, cure is easy. Look deep within disease, see weakness. Here, recipe cure. When awakened, submit, loyalty, earn cure as reward. Drakes have a peculiar terse style of writing, appropriate to creatures with such big, clumsy hands. However, you are able to make sense of the recipe. It is long and complicated. You grab a pen and paper and make a copy. Alright, hey, we have a cure for the servile disease. Not that the Takers would be too happy if we gave it to the Awakened, but we have it now. I've been looking all over for that. And here we are. Just deep in Benerii-Uss. Alright. So let's go... Wait, what does it say? There are rock groth limbs and body parts being processed in these machines. Enough to make your own rock groth, which may be what the Takers intend for all you know. So they're making rock groth pieces. Alright. Let's head over here. It's healing. Some meat. Restock our essence. And let's go talk to Rhakkus. There's a lot of machinery in here, all hooked up to shaping vats. The configuration is strange, you aren't sure what it's all for. The tanks look like standard incubation tanks, but larger. Their doors hang open, they haven't been used yet. What we got over here? Come on. Oh, spray baton, okay. And this journal lists hundreds of creations that have been kept in these cages. All were Drakons, Gazers, or Rockroths. Each listing says what happened for this creation. The options were disposal, used for service, dissection, sent to Geneforge, or hopelessly insane. All of the last category were Gazers. On the last page you find something interesting. At the top of the page it says Geneforge Inner Access. Below this heading is a picture of a strange, complicated piece of carved crystal. It looks like it has been broken into 3 parts. Okay. Interesting. Some think the Shapers are heartless for what they do to their creations, but whatever anyone thinks, Shapers never experiment on their own species. That is absolutely forbidden. Well, Drakons have no such scruples. There are 8 Drakons in this room, held immobile on stone platforms. They are all recently made, and they are all different in some way. Some are different colors, others have larger or smaller body parts. Their eyes track you around the room. They are conscious. They are being imprisoned for observation, probably to gauge the efficiency of changes their fellows have worked on them. This new powerful reptilian race is incredibly skilled, dedicated, and merciless. They will pay any cost to eliminate weakness from their species, and all of this vitality and cruelty will then be focused on the Shapers. You do wonder why it was felt necessary to restrain these Drakons in such an extreme manner. They must be rogue. Hey, you got anything interesting in the desk? No, just some Shaper records. Alright. There's some drakes. This is a dissection room, a gruesome but necessary facility for shaping research. To improve a variety of creation, a specimen is bombarded with magical energy. This changes it in a random way. Sometimes the changes are good, though usually bad. Sometimes the Shapers aren't sure what the effect was. Once a changed creature dies, it is dissected. Researchers determine exactly what was changed. Shapers are meticulous about recording the results of their experiments. It is strange, for all the complaining the Takers do about the ruthlessness of the Shapers, they seem to have done an excellent job of copying even their most brutal techniques. Well, I mean, the Takers aren't so much worried about the brutality. They're worried about the, right to existence of the Drakes and the Drakons as conscious beings. I say that as I'm talking to the notes of the person who wrote the story, so maybe I'm wrong. Well, this is a very large facility. Sure, we'll pick this lock. Some shaper equipment. Some loading tools, pacification wand. Bunch of thorns we're not going to use. Broken crystal shard. One piece of a larger stone. Alright, I think we just... drop that, pick this up. What's this for? Mind shield, yeah. Useful for an agent, but we are not using the canisters. Alright, it's Rhakkus. Let's just take level 20, 2200 health. Unable to be stunned. Easy to be poisoned, though. It seems a lot of these high-level characters are weak to poison. You are confronted by a huge, strange, hunched-over creature. He's halfway between a drake and a drakon. He is working on shaping some sort of lizard creature. When he sees you, he waves a claw. The new creation makes a squealing noise as he dissolves it. The huge reptile is smaller and more stunted than a drakon, but he manages to walk upright. He looks like he was a drake once, but he allowed himself to be experimented upon. His scales are dull and dry. He says, I am Rhakkus of the Takers, formerly of Susha Island, shaper and maker of the Geneforge. I have allowed you to enter and not be slain because Siros has assured me you will be useful to us. You're from Susha Island? I am. I was created there centuries ago before the Shapers abandoned it. Then I lived there alone, hunting and staying alive. One day a Shaper came to our island. What Shaper? His name was Ghosh. He was kidnapped and brought there by... well, it's not important. He lived near me and paid me for my help. He was trying to gain control of powerful magic. Then more Shapers came to our island. They were loyal Shapers. They killed Ghosh and took control of the island. They were destroying all of the forbidden shaping tools. I hid from them because they were slaying drakes on sight. Then Barzal and Zachary came to me secretly. What did they want? They wanted my help. They brought me here with other drakes and serviles to help make this secret kingdom. But they did not know, when they brought me, that I had stolen from Ghosh the secrets of my own. What secrets did you have? Ghosh was trying to take control of the most powerful shaper tool on Susha Island, the Geneforge. He told me of it, what it was, what it did. I recreated it here. It will be the key to the freedom of our kind. I have another question. Rhakkus stares at you. You can't read any emotion in his reptilian eyes. For all you know, he might be ready to slay you at any moment. You can't tell. That's a little scary. Are you a Drakon? I am the first Drakon. I was a Drake once. Barzal discovered how to make Drakes into Drakons. I insisted on being his first experiment. Was it dangerous? It was. We were all sure I would be torn apart from the inside, but the change was a success. The danger was no less than the danger of letting our people live unchanged in the same world as the Shapers who would destroy us. What's so special about being a Drakon? We are big and strong, but that is not all. We have a quality otherwise only had by humans. We can hold essence. Humans with magical training can absorb essence into themselves and use it to shape. So can we. Drakons are the first creation that can shape. We will use the power, no matter what it costs, for our ultimate goal. What is that goal? Perfection. We do not do what you do and shape slaves to serve ourselves. We shape ourselves. I mean, you do that too. We make better versions of ourselves who make better versions of themselves. With our skill and sacrifice and the Geneforge, we will make ourselves so mighty that the Shaper Council will never threaten us. I have another question. Can you provide me with training or assistance? Rhakkus looks annoyed. I am far too busy for that, and too important. Speak with Salgildar. She is but a drake, less important. She will aid you, he thinks. But then, to learn the strongest spells, it is not enough to be taught. You must be shaped. I must change you so that your flesh can withstand the power of the magic. Never mind for now, Shake said. Takers need power. We must take it, like we take our freedom. No matter how much we fear or how much we risk. Think on that before you give up on my gift. Go and ponder. Alright. What is the Geneforge? You cannot be trusted to know yet. When you can know the specifics, Cyros will tell you. Until then, just return to Zassus and obey Cyros. Alright, can I see the Geneforge? If you help us enough, eventually we will give you a key, but you will not get it from me. For now, concentrate on helping Cyros. Alright. So we're gonna let him shape us and see what happens. Will you change me? Rhakkus is surprised. The first emotion, his reptilian face, is shown. You are a brave shaper. Your lust for power is such that you will withstand great risk. You, like me, are of a kind. Then, before you can react, Rhakkus leaps forward. One massive hand grabs your arm in an iron grip. He places another on your forehead. You try to break loose, but he is too strong. Magic and raw essence pour into you. You scream. You go into a seizure. If it weren't for Rhakkus' firm grasp, the severity of the spasms would injure you. The pain gets worse, but the magic keeps you awake. The peace of unconsciousness is denied you. Then it ends. Rhakkus lets you go. You collapse. As you struggle to stand, Rhakkus says, "You have done well, human. Go to Salgoldar. She will teach you what you need to know." Oh. We just got put at 1 health. Well, we're gonna go over to the healing pool first. Holy crap. Let's see, let's look at our stats and see what happened there. Level 19, we have no skill points. I didn't look at my stats before all this. But he shaped us. That was kind of scary that he could put us down to 1 health like that. Just grab us, we can't move. Alright, so now we gotta go find Salgoldar, wherever they are. Experimental Drakons. Some of the tanks in this room contain bubbling fluid heated by the conduits underneath. Essence is being made here from water, a complex mix of nutrients, and a lump of already made essence as a starter. Soon these tanks will contain pure essence. This complex, nutrient-rich, half-alive substance is the main building block for the creation of life. Not all of the tanks are being used to make essence. Others contain body parts scavenged from Drakon experiments. They bob in the fluid, being preserved for later experiments. Gross. Book contains many lovingly detailed sketches, doubtlessly drawn by serviles, of misshapen Drakon and Rockgroth body parts. By each drawing is a long series of symbols. There are 4 different letters in the sound alphabet, arranged in long sequences that make no sense to you. Alright. This room contains 3 shaping platforms. Each has a peculiar device next to it. The devices are control panels, bits of semi-organic machinery encased in protective cylinders of stone. Each has a protrusion pointing out of it, pointing at its platform. Each device also has an eyepiece. You're meant to look through it to see what is on the platform a few feet away. Very strange. It looks like serviles stare through the eyepieces and use pen and paper to record what they see. It doesn't take long to realize where you have seen devices like this before. The Radiant College has something very similar. Alright. Peering through the eyepiece, you see a bit of flesh on the pedestal. It looks ordinary at first. Then as you watch, fascinated and horrified, your view moves closer and closer to the meat. And closer. The carrion fills the view. Then amazingly, you look closer still. The device magnifies a bit of skin so that you can see every fissure, every hair follicle, every tiny detail. You get even closer, you see that the skin is made of countless tiny sacs. Then the view plunges into one of the sacs. There is something inside. It is... you don't know what. It looks like a pair of scrolls twined together in a spiral. Your view travels along the spiral. It's incredibly long and contains incomprehensible information. You stumble back, dazed. Even though you have seen it before, the magnifying machine has lost none of its ability to amaze you. Take a look at this one. Same thing, and this one. Alright, same thing. Be interesting if you could, like, put a piece of a creation on one of the platforms, like a Glax scale or something, and then get some sort of bonus to your stats from it. The writing in this lab journal is crude and hard to read. It must have been written by a Drakon. Most of it is tedious descriptions of failed experiments, but one entry is interesting. The Geneforge almost complete. Protective gloves been made. Of course, these two elements are kept separate to avoid misuse. First test on Drakons immediately when ready. Should create worthiness. Tests on other creatures, interesting possibility. Horror expected. Okay. So we need to find the Drake. So protective spell on the box from Rhakkus. You don't need any of this shaping equipment, right? Or this lamp would just, we'd get a lot of trainers to pay off. Purification hull. The work of shaping produces a lot of unpleasant byproducts, fragments of bone and meat, acidic goo, foul poisons. It all has to be disposed of somewhere. When you're in this room, your eyes water and your skin burns. All the toxic sludge made here ends up in this room. From the look of things, it gets dumped in the vat in the center. Then power is channeled into the vat, burning the stuff up. The walls, floors, and ceilings are heavily pitted and crumbling, melted by the clouds of caustic gas that billow out when the vat is hot. Interesting. If the vat was activated, anyone standing close to it would be severely damaged. Shaped flesh would be rapidly broken down. Okay, so I'll leave it alone. This seems like a mechanical way to damage one of the bosses here. Okay, does this door open? Let's take a look at this. Vats full of nasty brew of acid, poison, and decaying flesh. It's horrible. You're familiar with this mixture. Shapers invented it to quickly destroy shaped flesh. Some experimental creations are toxic and need to be utterly destroyed. This stuff would be very nasty to rogues. Well, can we use it? Do not use controls without authorization. I say, can we get some of that goop and fling it at rogues? That would make it nice and easy to, clear them out. Drakes and Drakons need a lot of heat to be comfortable. Warmth is in short supply in these icy mountains, so these narrow tunnels are filled with beds of rocks. The power conduits pass through the beds, making them red hot. Warm air from there heats the complex. The rock beds are all extremely hot, and stepping on them will be extremely painful. Their controls are not visible from here. Fortunately, the rock beds are old, and some of them have broken down and not been repaired. Okay, what's this? Create battle alpha. Alright, do we need to go back here? Probably not. We may come back here later. We're still looking for the Salgaldar character. The long halls hold row after row of incubation chambers. They sit there, slightly dusty, ready to be called into service to help create hordes of Drakons. Some have been used, but most look new. They could have already been used to make a deadly army. Oddly, they haven't yet. You aren't sure, but you suspect you know why. The Drakon design has not been adequately perfected. The Takers have not created the perfect warriors needed to fight the Shapers, so they continue to wait and work. When the Takers are content with their designs, you have no doubt that this facility will spring to life. Creations of devastating power will pour out of here, ready to scourge the Shapers and anyone else in their way. Alright. Terror Wand. Hello, little Glax. Anything interesting in here? No. A lot of interesting looking power crystals. A baton. Something big and strong tore this tank apart. Odd, a massive gross essence tangle was left behind. That's not encouraging. Okay, there's more vats and stuff back there. Oh, there's... Sure, we'll pick the lock here. Oh, a pylon, huh? 300 health, no armor. here and stun resistance. What can we do? I think we can essence shield this guy. Yeah, it didn't hit us very hard. We get a big hit in. We can charge it, and of course we miss. You can just wait right there. Again, wait right here. A little stab should finish it. Oh. Wait, it's at 1 health. Can we not kill it? Can't kill it even though it's at 1 health. Okay. This is interesting. Alright, you come back here. You go over here. You two just keep punching it. Keep it down. Yeah. Alright. That's very interesting. Alright. An invulnerable pylon, you say? Yeah, just keep punching it so it's not attacking us. That's very odd. There must be another one there. Okay, before we go exploring up there, I think we need to come back and heal up again. See if there were any hidden rooms. Okay, we gotta go check out this area. Come on. To the healing pad. We can actually just heal ourselves up faster like that, and then fill up our essence. Let's come see who's over here. Battle Gamma Trice. Ooh, a lot of Battle Gammas. This is one of the most muscular serviles you have ever seen. It is almost alarming. Shaping alone can't be responsible for this. He must have been training almost from birth. He swivels his big blocky head up to look at you. His face has several small tattoos on it. He grunts. I tris. I watch door. He's a prison servile. You're very strong. I made to work in mines. That my design? But trainers take me, give me sword, make me to fight enemies of takers. What is past the door? Not tell. Told not tell. Tris is strong, but he's not much of a talker. Is it the Geneforge? Tris blinks a few times. Thoughts move slowly around his head. Can't say. See Rhakkus, he say. Alright, another question. How can I get through the door? Rhakkus' leader Drakon. He say who get through. Alright. So, the Geneforge is in here. What happens if I... you have to have the key. Okay. Shaped blade. Need melee training 6. Well, that's cool. I doubt we're gonna get the shaped blade though. Is the door open? Nope. Alright. Okay. These doors aren't opening. What about these ones? Either of these ones gonna open for anything? No. Interesting. Oh, but we could go around here maybe. Now we can try and sneak in the back way. Yes, you greet me now. Get out of the way, please. Sure. We'll pick this lock. Save the game and sneak down the hallway. Alright, Shaped Lance, Fiery Wand. Okay, this just sneaks past all of the creations, so you could get to the Geneforge without fighting literally everyone. Well, let's go ahead and head up here. We didn't go into the fiery burn ourselves alive area, but that's alright. We're not trying to get burned alive just yet. We would like to unlock the helix ring, but apparently that's not really in the cards. Alright. Benerii-Uss holding. We were told to look for a specific Drake, and we will have to find him next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.